Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to the Go4GW2 Cup. My name is Chronic and with me, as always, the Jebro. How's it going?
Hello, how are you? I'm good. Sorry, I just remembered that I was trying to start something else as well.
So trying to start something. What were you trying to start? A revolution of some kind?
The revolution will not be televised, Nick. It will not be televised. I don't know if anyone knows that song or the words. But anyway, yes, Guild Wars 2. Go for Guild Wars 2 Cup. EU 37 today on Sunday. In the summer where it's warm.
2015?
July 12th.
Yes. Do we have any more information? We can't really put a location to it because it's the interwebs.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it is. It is everywhere and all of the time. And we shall go into game, I feel. I kind of thought I had something to follow that up with, but then it just went away from me. So, yeah, let's not waste any time. We've got teams for today's Go 4. Of course, the prize money is the same as always. We've got 400. Really? I still can't remember. Is it 400 for first place? Yes, right?
Mm-hmm.
400 for first place, 100 for second. And a couple of gems, and then gems also for third. 2k per person. Good. I did not have to look that up. Brilliant. I just wasn't quite sure at first. But since we have that done and dealt with, let's head into game, because the first match is going to be Salt. They have come back, even though in a slightly different setup, versus tPVP, Tactical Terrorists.
Yep, indeed. Would you like me to go through those builds, or would you like to?
Feel free to start.
Okay, so we're going to go to Salt first. Honey, original member of Salt. Apologies about the icons. There is nothing we can do about it. So
sadly not.
You'll get over that very quickly in chat. Staff Elementalist going for Vampiroon with Celestial Amulet. We haven't seen many Staff Ellies in this at the moment. She's going for the Earth trait. Sorry. She's going into Stonehearts, and then she's kind of got typical other traits. Just checking some of them out just to see. Arcane Shield, Evasive Arcana, Stoneheart, Cleansing Water. You know, those are the main ones around the build as well, obviously. So she's going to be very sustainable. Not sure about Staff. I haven't really played it myself or seen it played much. So whether or not it's as good as the Dagger, we'll have to wait and see. Of course, it's got some control effects in there.
Staff, I mean, the mechanics of the Staff Elementalist can come in handy. Like, the CC potential is pretty damn good. But we haven't really seen any around. That's true. I think for one game, once, from the patch on. Other than that, it's just been Dagger. But it's strong.
Pretty strong indeed. Almost impossible to kill even almost in a 1v2 situation. Going for Shadow Arts Thief over on Chosen Sin. Nice to see him playing again, of course. Going for, of course, Shadow's Rejuvenation, Leeching Venoms and whatnot. He's going for Improvisation and Panic Strike over in the Deadly Arts. And he's going with the Vampire and Marauder's Amulet, so DP for him. Posey's going to be playing a Necromancer Signet build for Celestial Amulet as well. So this is something very similar to what Nos was playing on his stream in the American team, the Abjured. Whether or not he'll play this in the end, who knows. So he's playing Dagger with Warhorn offhand and with the Staff, of course, and the Strength Rune giving him extra damage with Might. And then we've got the crit coming out from Death Shroud over in Soul Reaping. We've got Enfeeble as well in the Curses tree, and then we've got Signets of Suffering, so recharge on Signets and then getting that Might. So, you know, so when you're running Celestial, normally running something in terms of gaining Might is very beneficial. Lozex is playing Elementalist as well. He's playing Dagger, going for that Fire trait line, which makes a lot of sense, especially as the other Elementalist is going into the Earth line. Not known really for playing quite tanky, so, you know, this is what they're going for at the moment as well. Although, you know, we've got 1, 2, 3 Celestials and Marauder, and then we've got Snowball on Dagger. Elementalist playing Celestial Amulet as well, so sticking to their usual ways, but going with Fire as well. So there's always going to be an Elementalist around in any of these skirmishes or team fights. Chosen's going to be running around. Damn. Yeah, it's going to be painful. I actually think that, you know, the meta might kind of go to 2 Ellies in the future, but we'll have to see whether people or not are going to go for more damage.
I think 2 Ellies is pretty good, although you have to always keep in mind that the Guardian is really strong right now as well. So I don't know if you want to stack 2 Ellies and a Guardian together, because damage is still a pretty damn good thing. Don't want to underestimate the damage. So I think either you go for like 2 DDs, 1 hybrid, and 2 tanks, or 2 tanky-ish characters. I'd put the Ellie, even though they have a lot of damage potential, put them into the tank category. Or you just go 3 DPS, 2 tanks.
3 DPS tanks?
3 DPS tanks. Sure, why not? But let's go over to the other side. There we have tPVP starting us off with, and I'm just going to be a bit tricky and open up the scoreboard. This way you can see the class setups. So, we have Hillex, who's going to play a Dagger Pistol Thief. He's going for the pack rune there, so no Vamp safe mechanic with the Vampirism rune proc. Is going Deadly Art, Shadow Arts, Trickery, so pretty much what we assume there. Is going for Trickster, but then Threat of Crime, so we don't have the Flanking Strike in there, which is kind of one of the combinations you can pull off there. We have Never Gonna Give Cap Up. He's going to be playing a Mesmer, and that's going to be Staff, Sword, Torch, Traveler Rune, and then is going for Domination, Dueling, Inspiration. We have the power block in, so this is the standard build. And nowadays, of course, the Mesmer is very viable in terms of his elites. You can basically take all of them. They're all a bit of fun. He's choosing Time Warp.
Oh yeah. Loving Time Warp and Mesmer. Really good as well, because they added the slow as well. So I think, you know, that's really, really beneficial in terms of, you know, trying to res, because you can get the slow on the target if they're trying to go for the down if you're using it defensively, and of course, you know, you can kind of defeat any of their momentum coming out as well. So if they've got cooldowns up and whatnot, it's actually quite useful.
Yeah, then we have High Lord Euphoria, who's playing Dagger Celestial Elementalist Strength Rune with that, and we see the Fire variant. Don't need to go into too much detail, we've seen quite a lot of those builds with the 3 Ellies over on the other side. The B, Tino. He's gonna be playing a warrior, and thank God I thought we weren't gonna see any warriors, because I've been having a bit of fun with the warrior. Actually quite fun to play in that current build, which is gonna be Great Sword and Hammer. We've got the Marauder going on, so lots of damage potential, Holbrook Rune, and then Strength, Defense, Discipline, and with that wonderful Rampage. You push the Rampage and stuff dies. That's basically it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, man. It's just someone just messaging me. We've kind of got a mini advisor sometimes, you know, probably something we should have thought about a little bit. But it's a good point. You know, we talk about Stoneheart being the, you know, not able to crit while you're in that. So the Staff Elementalist can do quite well in a 1v1 versus the Warrior if they go into Rampage, because they're not able to crit and get as much damage off. So, you know, if the Staff Elementalist can force that somehow, that is actually quite good. Going to be quite a good rotation for them.
Yeah. So, next one, and that is actually the last one, because for some reason people joined and rejoined and all that kind of stuff. We're going to have a Bunker Guardian, Staff, Mace, Focus, not going for the shield, which we've seen quite a bit, and a Celestial Amulet.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, burning, you can still do some burning in this build. So, you know, that's probably what that Condi is going to be for, obviously, and then you've got... There's some really many conditions coming out from him. So, you know, we've got some power damage, you've got some crit coming out, extra crit, so he can heal up more through one of the, through Vigorous Precision. So when you deliver a critical hit, you get endurance, regeneration. So he's not running any crit on his weapon sigils, he's just running straight up heal, sigil of renewal. So that's where he's getting his crit from to get the extra endurance regeneration. Guardians are dying quite quickly at the moment, as it is, without in Soldier's Amulet. So, you know, rather than going for that, you know, they've gone for that Celestial. But, you know, they've got the Elementalist as well, which is some team support, so it's not too bad. And then we've got some very offensive characters as well. So it should be quite interesting to see how well this goes. Can't remember what Guardian was running before. I'm pretty sure he was going for Soldiers.
Soldiers?
Last time we saw them. Thursday.
Oh, really? Not just clerics?
Sorry, clerics, not soldiers.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
Soldiers rune.
Yeah.
And clerics amulet. Let's go for the other half of the main thing that I was talking about right there. But yeah,
Okay,
no, we're
sure.
ready to. We're pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna let them know. But otherwise, yeah, exciting times. First game of the ESL Weekly, ESL Go4GW2 Cup. It's kind of weekly, so I'm not lying.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, sure.
Hope you're enjoying Stronghold as well, and the Revenant play, and everything else that's been happening World v World Test as well this week. And now we're into some good old-fashioned sPVP action in the Go4 Cup. Some cash money involved.
Some cash money, not just cash, it's cash money.
Cash money.
Yeah, going back to the basics now with some good old capture point PvP. Starting us off today, it is Salt on the red team versus tPVP on the blue team.
Indeed, so as we go on to the map, we're going to see red team and blue team crossing. Less members of red team, but everyone is staffed at the moment. tPVP going for a 3-man possible cross at the moment as we see the staff gathered up, and also the portal put down over towards the beach. They are going to go in onto Snowball, who probably wants to jump into Earth as they're not aware where he is. Although he's not going to at the moment because they've not been able to get on the point and get much burst off. No real interrupts from the Mesmer either, and he's going to be okay for a moment. Needs to get supported as soon as possible if he can, but he's going to move to
already see the rampage push, and that might actually be the thing that could... Oh, but he needs the gap closes. Maybe should have waited with that rampage just a tiny bit to really get the kill, because this now is just... Yeah, he's only using the movement ability, basically, trying to get the CC, but Guardian already down. He won't get the rest. He actually started to try, but that is going to put him into a position where he's now the bunker on the team, and he's still running that Rampager, so he's not going to survive for that long as soon as Endure Pain is up, but we see the disengage portal, and that is a very good idea. Just give it up there on mid. That was not a good situation if you arrive for the Guardian to die there. Only question is, can they really... Oh, they're regrouping really quickly. We also see the respawn of Guardian. He should, I think, go on the same point. Will he pull people away towards mid? Otherwise, I think it's a bit of a wasted potential.
I'm a bit confused as to why he's pushed... Yeah, maybe. I mean, so they could get the kill quickly. He's held them there a little bit because they're not going to focus in. They're just going to move to the point. They're just going to avoid the Guardian. That's what a lot of people are starting to do. We actually saw Chosen as well take someone down over around the back. Took down High Lord actually down the back of the keep, so they were outnumbered for a while as well. Now we've seen Lozix dying straight away on the Henge, so good idea for blue team to regroup quite quickly and move back over towards that point now as well. Red team starting to disengage. They don't need free caps now, they just need to hold the ones they've got, be a bit patient here and try and regroup themselves. Honey's still trying to persuade them to stay back with using that static field there as well.
Chosen trying to be tricky, but sees the High Lord. Still on the point, therefore can't go for the sneaky decap and almost gets caught. Now it could actually turn around if he had any stealth left, but he doesn't. He's going for withdrawal. Instead chooses to go for the engage on Never, but he needs to fall back because he's in the middle of 3 people there. That's not a good position to engage on. Gets the immobilized, needs to get rid of that, and now really needs to be careful not to be caught out or somehow manage to get to the team fight in mid, where we already have some good damage on the B. Tino. Are they trying to go for a rest? We of course don't have the haste, but it still pays off if you just commit to it with 3 people.
We've got decaps and recaps on the side nose as well, as Lozix has picked up the Henge for red team. We're going to see Helix picking up the blue team mine now. Over on mid, we've actually got quite a few problems for both teams. Downstated, but Chosen Sin is going to bring up Tino and Guardian there, but Tino needs to be very careful as he needs to get... Oh no, he's going to use Rampage in 5... Oh, really low HP. He needs to use it to escape more than anything. Not sure that was the best time to pop that. And does wander a little bit out of the space there of his team. Big cooldown to use. And unfortunately, we're going to see red team, blue team members for Guardian, High Lord, and the BTino all being taken out now across that midpoint. And that is a good wipe for the red team.
That fear just kept High Lord down, and that's going to be, yeah, the pickup for the red team. We don't see the portal activated. Was High Lord waiting for that? Is that even the portal from them? Yeah, it has to be, because Never's the only Mesmer there. But he did not want to save his Elementalist. Not yet. Maybe a bit of a waste of a portal. They can use it, of course, for an offensive engage. So what we're probably going to see with that portal there, although the pickup of Posey might actually just push them towards that midpoint immediately. Only issue is Never is the only one around. He's going to get the stomp, but now open to an engage from Chosen, and also with the support of Honey, she could potentially get some... What? Okay. Going immediately into mid. Trying to get the damage on Honey. Chosen could just come in and punish him for that.
Yeah, they need to they're regrouping well, the blue team at least, but they're a little bit caught here. If you have a look at the map, they've got this Pain Train team moving in on an Elementalist for a start. I mean, I know, you know, they want to get Honey down quickly, but Chosen Sin's going to come in for that support. You know, the Thieves are always trying to find each other. If they're not, you know, they're forcing them to move around the map to their position, I guess, to a degree as well. I can see Hilix moving out as well. He's having a couple of problems there. Needs to make sure he actually can get back. But he's going to move, for the offensive move over onto the mine. Mesmer and Thief doing a good job at distracting over on mid, while the blue team members tank on it and actually just try and sustain it so the Thief can escape and go towards that mine area as well. Mesmer return back to mid for the blue team as well, so they can actually get that decap over on that mine point. But they're slowly, the lead is just extending. Blue aren't really keeping their points. They're not really being destroyed completely. We haven't had many massive engagements. They're just not able to keep these nodes that they get.
They're trying to play it well with the disengages, and they are, because I mean we've seen one 3-person wipe, which was a bit of well, let's say very positive attitude towards, yeah, I bet we're gonna get him back up. No, you're not. Overcommitted to a res, which then led to the 3-man wipe. But other than that, they really did well with a kind of chaotic movement after they need to regroup. They just jump around the map. I mean, we've seen never port from keep high ground to in front of the keep again. You're actually using the portal, which might have been a bit of a big cooldown to use just to give your team the room for the re-engage.
Have a look at the map as it is. I mean, this is a pretty good lead for the red team at the moment. And now blue have just been kept. They're being held between the midpoint and either side cap. You know, we've got Lozix over on the far point now on Henge. Able to keep you pretty easily. Helix is not able to do anything. We've seen Tidewalk coming out as well over towards the mine. Not getting much out of that either. But
that was a good call. That was a good call. I was on Never, and he went through the portal for the disengage. Then, then got the call. No, our warrior is down. Went back through, got the time warp, and that was actually all in the period of one stomp. So really, really fast reaction on that. Good communication on their part. But honestly, a double cap, not really going to cut it, and they're not even going to get it because we have Guardian down already. Always seems like Guardian is a bit lost on the point most of the time.
Yeah, again, you know, the red team, actually blue forced themselves over towards the mine as well because they wanted to get that decap, but now they've lost mid. They just keep doing this. They just keep moving to 2 different points. They get the one cap and then they lose the other cap that they've had. So they need to think about the support. If they want to go for the game in terms of the caps and the rotations, they need to think about who they're putting in these fights and how they're disengaging and re-engaging onto these nodes as well, because they're leaving their Guardian in places where, you know, he's being left to distract, but no one's coming back to help him sustain that point, and in the end he's just going to die every single time. They'll lose the point and they won't get anything out of the whole game in terms of the general whole. In fact, they'll lose more than anything because they've lost the decap here over on the mine. So as soon as they start to move out from that node that they have, they start to lose control, and that's exactly what's happened over on that point. And Guardian's on mid. There's no point in him being here at the moment. There is literally no point in him being there. He cannot decap. He'll die versus the Posey. Posey's not going to lose any HP whatsoever. It's just a bad rotation.
By the looks of it, it seems to be a very straightforward idea. Put the Guardian where we want to go next, have the portal ready there, and then basically have the first engage on one of the side nodes, portal up, have the Guardian prepare the situation, and then roll over them. Issue with that, even before they get to the moment where they want to pull the portal, where they are grouped up and have pressured the other team into one of the side nodes, someone already died. So they they then need to use the portal defensively and already go into the fight on mid with a disadvantage.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't have anything at mid either there as well. And the prep you're talking about is literally their position. Pardon me. I mean, yeah, they need to work on those rotations a bit. The Guardian is almost next to useless in this game for them. Other than the rezzing, which is, you know, one of the great things, you know, the support coming out when they were in the team fights together. They need to, if they're going to put him on a point, they need to, like you say, use that portal to get back to him as soon as possible. It's just needed. Yeah. Yes, it is Posey. Posey is playing on Sword today.
Yes, he is.
As well as Snowball and Lozix. A couple of people not there today. Obviously, members like Carver and such and so forth. EC. This Lozix is EC. I don't know. I don't think so.
No. Is he pretty much stopped playing? If I am informed correctly.
55.
Yeah,
Like
the good old days.
Done and dusted. Gone to the wind.
Well, a couple of the members are around. Still here and there. Although I haven't seen Karsub for quite a while.
True. He's probably playing World v World.
Is he?
So another thing as well that I've just been reminded of is, which I forget, is the weakness that comes out as well from the Ellie and that gets put onto the Rampage. So that's also very useful, like almost 100% uptime on the Rampage as well. There's no NGs, you know, NG is... I think, you know, it was like, what's going to happen to the NG? What is the NG going to be? You know, like mortar kit was used, supply crate is hardly ever used ever now. You know, there's the use for it is pretty much gone. You know, you do have those med kits and whatnot, but that mower, that AoE mower to stop the rampages is pretty damn nice. And also to get the kills, hopefully, you know, it can really set up some nice bursts. There's no engineers on these teams at the moment, but you need something else to kind of negate that rampage, which is almost what the staff elementalist is doing. So that's not too bad. But, you know, when we've seen it, it was quite strong. But still, you know, not able to use it as well as they would like to, because they're not really getting very far in these team fights, all these skirmishes. So they need to use their Guardian a lot more. Wait a minute, I'm just... Sorry, I got waylaid there because I saw he's not actually in the game.
Who's not in the game?
Guardian.
We have Ghost from Paradise. Are we going to see?
There was Ghost of God.
Ghost of God
on Thursday.
We have Ghost from Paradise.
Ghost from Paradise. Ghost from Paradise.
Oh no, he joined, and we're gonna see another elementalist. So gonna see the double Ellie and 3 Zerkers, which aren't Zerkers anymore, but Marauders doesn't really sound that nice.
I think no, Ellie is probably gonna be the good thing to replace the Guardian, the Bunker Guardian. Like if it's gonna be anything.
At least the way they played it.
Yes. And I actually think, I mean, not 100% sure still that the Bunker Guardian is gonna be the best thing in the world, but I think, you know, as long as you're able to put it in team fights and then not able to rotate, like TCG for example, you know, when they see where Tage is and they know he's in a team fight, they just outnumber somewhere else and they'll move back to the point and then kill Tage when they can outnumber them again because they've already won that fight elsewhere. That's what happened on Wednesday, and it's, you know, probably what might happen today as well. They are definitely playing, aren't they, before I say that comment? Let me just check. But, you know, that's how you deal with the Guardian, you know? You can outnumber, leave the Guardian fighting someone 1v1, someone that's not going to be killed, obviously. And, you know, outnumber around the rest of the map. And because technically that member can't do much. If he's not in the team fight, he's not able to do anything. Even heal himself as well as in the team fight. Because, you know, altruistic healing is reliant upon having other people around you to give them boons and get healing off that, you know? So, you know, even negating your traits. So yeah, Staff Alley on Ghost of Paradise.
Need to... Oh, Staff Alley actually.
Wow, it's going for Melandru. So minus condition duration and minus stun duration. There we go. Would have been more useful versus a Mesmer, but you know, stun.
Yeah. You're still gonna have that interrupt and that damage. I don't know how much it's gonna pay off. Honestly, the stun on the Mesmer, not really for the duration of it. Just the initial interrupt.
Yeah, indeed.
Already throws enough of a wrench into what you're trying to do.
Oh well.
Are we going to see another switch now? Decide, people.
I don't know.
I need to read the chat.
Come on, guys. Let's sort this out.
Still one player missing. Does the Staff Alley not fair? Not fit this team, this playstyle? Are they deciding for? Okay, let's just put another Mesmer in there. Let's blow stuff up.
Yeah, still waiting indeed for these guys to come back and give us some Give some action. Never going to give you up. Going for that mantra heal rather than going for Ether Feast there as well. Ether. Going for Traveler Rune as well. So he's obviously using that for his mobility to get around the map portal and the standard, which is now happening with Power Lock as well. Not going for the Mark, but going for that Time Warp that we saw before. And of course, going for that Fire and Air Sigil on the Great Sword to get maximum damage. And Doom as well over on the sword. Having a look at his build, see if there's anything completely out of the ordinary here. Going for Power Block, of course. Going for Harmonious Mantras makes sense when you've got 2. You can get an extra heal and Condi remove. Phantasmal Defender. I just think that in Inspiration, it might be nice to go for Temporal Enchanter. Your Glamour skills last longer when you cast a Glamour, and allies near the Glamour gain resistance and super speed. Just buff the damn flipping Time Warp, you know? Buff the Time Warp, buff the Portal as well, because you're going to get speed, you're going to get resistance, you know? I mean, it's... I just liked Temporal Enchanter with that Time Warp. I just think it would be useful. But you know, Phantasmal Defender as well, pretty nice. But
yeah, but also with Portal, just get some good prep for the initiation if you use it offensively.
Exactly. I mean, it's like it's momentum. You know, I mean, it just feels like it gives momentum. Like that's what that trait does. It gives a momentum to Time Warp. It gives a momentum to Portal, which is why I think it's there. But you know, it's not.
And
seems to
we're
be
back
moment,
on
so there you go.
the Celestial Guardian.
Okie dokie, okay. Let's go, guys.
Still
because
not too sure about that.
Celestial, I don't agree with, to be honest. I just don't agree with Celestial Guardian. I remember when Tage played that Celestial Guardian for like a couple of weeks, and then he realized it was probably not the best either. If you're gonna be a healer support, just go for straight up heal support stats.
Yeah, I really wanted to make Celestial on a DPS, on a Meditation Guardian work. Tried it for a bit, and yeah, Berserker was just better. But now everything's changed anyways. Still don't think Celestial is a good choice, but we'll see how it works out in the second game. Currently the first win going over to Sword, so if they win this map, they're gonna move on to the semi-finals in today's Go4 Cup. Let's see if tPVP maybe has something to say against that. On the red side, we have Your Goose is Cooked Sword. On the blue side, it's Tactical Terrorist, aka tPVP.
Awesome. So having a look at map and having a look at they splits. Going to have a look at Posey. He's going to be nipping over towards the quarry. Looks like he might be bursted upon by his various team members over on the blue side. If we have a look at who's moving over there, got the stealth move coming out. So their initial engagement is pretty good. You know, they're able to get the stealth out and move towards the points. But red team are actually, you know, they're responding to it. They're making sure they're communicating with their team very well, trying to get actual eyes on where these people are and moving around the map well. You know, red team have already pushed out blue from that waterfall node. They've already pushed over towards mid. We've had the backup over on the quarry node as well in the 2v2. So, you know, any of their stealth engagement, not really able to be used. Guardian now moving over towards the quarry point into the bigger team fight and bringing the rest of his blue team members with him. You know, that's a good idea, but now Guardian's on the point on his own. Maybe shift him over onto mid and put the Elementalist High Lord back over towards that node so he can 1v1. He's the perfect person to stay in the quarry. Move your Guardian to mid, not the Ellie.
Well, now he's gonna move to mid, but that's gonna leave the quarry open, and the Guardian is not quick enough to just turn around. We also have the Fiery Greatsword, meaning that's gonna be a sure decap. The rest of blue, are they now just committing to that? Oh, but Highlight's almost going down, needs to run from Chosen. Some random hits could bring him down, trying to get a bit of a buff on there, and he just barely makes it out alive. Chosen could not find the random hits over the auto attack. Now looking for the next engage on Guardian. Is he? Really? No, he isn't. Oh, trying to get the warrior down. And that's a good decision, but Guardian now with the knockback trying to go for that. Oh, we see the time warp coming out, and that should do it in theory. And also the damage on Chosen is pretty good. Vamp Rune Brock, and there he goes for the disengage. Gives them some breathing room, but they're still looking for that first kill.
Yeah, I mean, at least they got one of the reses up. They were doing okay. They actually used that The team fight is not too bad now as well, and they've moved over towards the waterfall. High Lord's over on that point versus Snowball, and that's going to be a tough fight for him because Snowball, pretty damn good elementalist as well. So High Lord has got, you know, it's just going to last forever. He needs the +1, but they can't do that because they're actually losing this team fight over on mid. Even if they get Tino back up, they're still losing it. If they get Posey down, which is a good target to go for, you know, they might be able to take advantage of this. He's probably, you know, the saying that he's so sustainable with the Celestial and also those signets. No one's following him out as he exits, so he's able to disengage, regen, and be completely fine. So they need to make sure they follow up on that. And now over on the quarry, we've got Honey versus the Warrior as well over on the blue team. I think she's going to be okay for a while, you know. She's not going to have any major problems. And mid as well is going to be sustained. But, you know, Never is going to go down here. God is going to be left in a 1v2 again. Red team members can stay there, take him out, and they'll probably get a free cap soon.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I don't really agree with the combination of an Elementalist and a Thief to quickly get an Elementalist down. But having a look at the team composition, they don't really have much of a choice in terms of matchup. You either pair yourself with an Ellie or with a Mesmer, that's it. Might want to choose the Mesmer to get a quick kill. We now have Posey getting Hillex down on the side. Highlord, it's not going to get the interrupt, that's going to be a stomp. So he should have just maybe played it a bit more defensive going down as well. Nevin just needs to run right now. He has no place in being here. He's not going to get the clutch rush. Oh, but we see the portal coming out. Vapor Form still active. Oh, he can't rest. He went through the portal. He needs to wait for the portal to be gone. Does get the rest, but now the damage is there. Goes through the portal again. The conditions are going to bring him down. And that's going to be the double out point cap with, again, another person down. That really did not go well for him.
Nope. And like I said before, with the free cap soon, once they've killed everyone at mid, this will be over quite quickly. Helix is going to move to far. That's where he needs to go. But, you know, inevitably, that's what's going to happen. Maybe he should have just gone over to the waterfall. But he's even looking at mid to think about getting on that node. It's very attractive to just run into that point and keep it contested. But they can't do that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to be held there for even longer. And now, to be honest, two members heading over towards that quarry. You've got Lozix over there. He can sustain the point very well. And you've got the other Elementalist as well. They're not going to get anything out of this. The Thief is going to have so many problems on this node as well. He just needs to disengage and go back over to Waterfall, or mid potentially go for a 1v1 with Posey. That's going to be tough as well. But now blue team members going for the possible skirmish over on the Waterfall, which, you know, not too bad a move. At least the Thief and the Ellie can get out of this fight over here on quarry, which is pretty good, you know. Then they can move back into the map when they've got the advantage on Waterfall, hopefully the kills, and they can sandwich up on mid. Posey hasn't moved for a while, even though all blue team members are back on the map. Never going to give you up. Cap up is in the downstate as well. So any advantage they could have had over on the Waterfall completely negated. Any comeback potential in this game negated as well, and it's not looking good for these guys whatsoever.
Yeah, Chosen always surprisingly left completely unpunished for being very, very aggressive on that Mesmer.
Yeah.
In theory, the Mesmer could just turn around and bring him down, but he's trying to get the focus on another target, and therefore it's just completely open. Also, Hylex very often in different fights. We don't really see the combination going on, so he can't keep Chosen away from him with just forcing that 1v1 on the side.
Well, I think blue team are feeling the pain at the moment, not able to get a single thing in this game. They really need to just maybe think about a 5-man regroup, you know. I mean, we've got Helix coming into mid, it's pretty much stopped. Yeah, which now is definitely very much too late. But to for a practice, just a 5-man regroup and re-engage onto the map, just to practice how they rotate in this losing situation would be really nice for them to do. But we're just going to see members running out into the map now. You know, they've got 5 members on the map. They can't regroup very well, but they are going to push over towards mid. We're going to see the portal coming out now. They need to get some kills out of this. They need to get some momentum. That's what the time warp's for, you know. And it's a momentum push to get the downs, to get the res as well, and the defense. There we go. And we've seen that push maybe a little bit late after the time warp. They did get Posey down, and that's what they needed to do earlier in the game. Now they can move across the map. You can see if the Thief go towards Waterfall and Far, not going to happen. But the reason they're winning the fights is because they're at the Lord at the moment.
Yeah, and Chosen's been there for quite a while. He's gone 1v1 versus the castles, like really slowly picked away at the entire PvE group right here. Now Snowball joined him, so there are only 3 people on the map. I think they're going for maximum points here. They're timing it. We already had the GG coming out, so it's basically done and dusted already. And there we go. There comes the Lord, last push to the win. Yeah, that was control.
They played a good one.
Yeah,
I mean the 2 elementalists, they were very controlled. They were cautious. They just held the map. They put the right. To be honest, I don't think they needed to put the right team people in the skirmishes, because I think blue team were just allocating the worst. Not the worst. They were allocating the wrong classes in those matchups, and they weren't regrouping too well. That move over towards the quarry wasn't too bad with the Thief and the Elementalist, if they'd got the advantage over on Waterfall, which really they should have had, because they were outnumbering them. I know they're versus an Elementalist, but you know, they had the Guardian for support. They just needed to get that coordination down, get the advantage in that, so it wasn't so bad. But yeah, I think, you know, there's some definite differences between those two teams as well in terms of experience, and they'll get experience and they'll come back hopefully.
They will, hopefully. And we'll be right back as well after a short music break, and then we're going to bring you one of the semi-finals. So stay tuned for that and for more GW2 action on this fine Sunday. See you in a bit.
See you soon.
Hello and welcome back to the Go4GW2 Cup. It is the semi-finals and we're going to watch oRNG Logo versus Jebro Cup. Aren't you happy to hear that in Shoutcast?
I was going to say red team. I never say the team name hardly at all, but maybe I mean, they won their first game versus Toxic Community, so obviously the name is somewhat, you know, helping with this fact.
It
of course.
gives you power.
It gives us power.
Yeah.
We're seeing some pandas. Just one panda. Everywhere. We're seeing some players return over on this team, which is nice to see as well. And some really good players as well. I think they could give oRNG Logo a bit of run for their money, especially if they can leave Tage in some situations, similar to what TCG and other teams have been doing recently with the Guardians, especially in the last game being an example. But, you know, oRNG Logo is oRNG Logo. And yeah, that's the other issue there as well. We are actually going to see some differences on oRNG Logo as well, but we can go into maybe the game itself and have a look at what is the changes that I am speaking of.
Yeah, what are they?
What are they changes? I'm the English person, and I can't talk English. See? Just proved it again.
Grammar's overrated.
Okay, it's really hot today. I cannot focus. Wow, Jesus. Okay, so I need to get my hair cut. That's pretty much the issue. Sorry.
Just trim the eyebrows. Okay.
Yeah, it's the facial hair. Chaji, first of all, going into explosives inventions and alchemy. He's going to play an engineer, obviously, but he's going with the mortar kit, so he's opting for that siege rounds in the end trait and the Grandmaster of explosives, also the Grenadier, of course, which has been fixed, and aim assisted rockets, which is pretty nice as well. We haven't got any warriors over on the oRNG Logo team, so he doesn't need to go for Elixir X, which is probably one of the reasons why he's gone for Mortar Kit as well. Obviously, in the Mortar Kit, has got an Elixir and whatnot as well. He's not gone for HGH in this build. He's gone for Throw Stimulant, of course, as well. Instead, sorry, so he's grabbing that extra Fury on heal. And then we've got Bunker Down, so the crits are going to give him med packs, so it's his own sustainability and healing as well. Just checking his amulet. Soldier with Vamp Rune is going to be his amulet as well. So let's go over to Eternia, who's going to be going for Dagger Focus with the Marauder amulet, actually. So some more damage coming out. So he's opting to go for Arcane Shield there. Nice. He's going
Dagger
for
Focus. Haven't seen that in a while.
Yes, yeah, exactly. You know, nice reflex in this build. Going for Evasive Arcana. Going for the Lightning Rod there, as well as Blinding Ashes, of course. So he's going into air, which we barely see at all. With Tempest Defense, and also for Zephyr's Boon, so getting that Fury and Swiftness from his auras as well. So this is going to be a nice build to see in those team fights, hopefully. You know, his survivability is going to be quite low as well. But I think, you know, being an Elementalist, he's going to survive based on, you know, that survivability of an Elementalist we're currently seeing at the moment. It's still got
And
water, of course, and Mistform as well to help him survive indeed. And the Lightning Flash as well.
Yeah.
Curvelli is going to be playing Elementalist, of course. Going Celestial Holbrack with the fire trait line instead of the earth, going for blinding and burning in this build as well. Sustainability, very tough to kill the Elementalists at the moment. We're all feeling that pain. And then we've got Panda coming back on the Shadow Arts Thief. He's going to be playing DP, of course, with Marauders and the Vaporune. And anything else different in this line? Don't think so. Just Shadow Rejuvenation. There's a couple of different options in Shadow Arts in this middle tree, right?
Well,
or is
yeah,
it mainly
Shadows, I would say it's pretty much that. I still maintain that Aura Share might be a fun thing to see, but yeah, people don't really go for that. It's these three. Where you sometimes see a bit of variation is the Trickery, where some people go for Flanking Strikes and Trickster combination. But he's going for the good old Bountiful Theft and Threat of Crime, pretty much the traits we've also seen before the trait change.
That's right. Okay, so Panic Strike there and Improvisation, and then we've got Alcor, who should be running Hammer Greatsword. He is indeed, with that Rampage, of course, being very strong. And what we're going to have over on the other teams in the game.
Over on the other team, and we're trying to make it quick. His team started soon to net. He's going to play Dagger Pistol. Let's see, Deadly Arts, Shadow Arts, Trickery, and, well, at least, yeah, here, no, we don't. They're just in other places. Trickery, we see the same trait spread right here. Improvisation as well. Minishi is going to be on an Arcane Water Fire Elementalist, so not going for that Earth. Dagger Celestial, of course, no Holbrook, but Strength instead. Then we have Frelina, and Frelina on the Necro. What is going on? Is he
playing Signets? Yes, he is playing Signets.
He's playing the Signet build. So we have the Dagger Warhorn and then Staff with Spite, Curses, and Soul Reaping. Like, of course, as an elite. Then we have Frosty, which I assume is Frostball. Who's going to be Sword, Torch, and Greatsword. We have the Rune of the Pack, Marauders, and then Chaos Dueling Domination. And no Power Block.
Nope. He has
gone for Mental Anguish.
Yep, he's got no mantras and whatnot. He's got no stunning really coming out from this build at all. Should be quite a nice build actually. Sorry, he does have stun because you've obviously got the Daze Heal there as well. Of course, he's going for Moa. He's going for Decoy. He's not going for the mantras for the Daze to get that stun. Of course, you know, and could go for a Rending Shatter, but I guess, you know, the Confounder suggestion is still pretty good to grab that stun in different occasions, so he can set up his bursts in terms of his shatters. If he can really do that, then, you know, it's going to be a good job for him. I just need to check his weapon set. Sorry, going for Sword Torch there.
At last, we've got Tage, and Tage is running that Bunker Guardian build, and here we see that good old Feel My Wrath. Gonna be some really hard to counterplay resist going on, and also the Cleric's Amulet, of course. No Celestial going on here, but now let's get into game. On the red side, we have IVOL or Jebro Cup Up versus Orange Logo on the blue side.
Indeed, as we go over towards the midpoint, already both teams moving quite quickly. No real stealth cross coming out from either team, but we are going to see the red team Elementalist coming over. Kev going to go for that 1v1 over on this point versus Frey. Frey might have a couple of problems, but, you know, still can sustain himself, can leech some healing quite well as well over on that point. Tage now moving into the midpoint, will be engaged. Oh, they're just going to outnumber straight up and over on the mid. Alcohol does get mowed here very early, and to negate that Rampage being used at all in that team fight, he's going to be taken out very quickly, unfortunately for him. And the red team is starting to lose this midpoint as well. Need to think about potentially even pulling out already.
Yeah, we see the portal activated already, and that is going to bring them where? Exactly? Not really anywhere.
Nowhere. It's right next to it.
Right next to it. Oh, was that a double tap? Damn. Alka still not down. What happened to that damage? We actually saw at first almost saw Panda die there because he tried to commit to that res, and now with the
really bringing it into their favor now. Really, they should be. Rampage coming out, getting some nice damage on there. 2 Rampages coming out. Charging must have changed his over into Elixir X. He has indeed. So we've got 2 Rampagers on the point for blue team at the moment. For red team, sorry, they need to push this far. They really need to push this into the orange logo, but they've been able to sustain it so well. They've already used the Moralo, so, you know, they tried to use on Alcor to get that kill. So they weren't able to use it on one of those Rampages. Rampage really came out for the survival of red team now. But look, they've been able to sustain mid so long. The orange logo have lost their mind point. We're actually going to see Minishi probably drop here. Paul comes out from Chunji, or one of the, comes out from Chunji. Not able to get Minishi, of course, with the Armor of Earth coming out, but they should be able to get the damage on Minishi. He goes down low, and really, red team are in a great position here, but we are going to see Sindri going back for
surprised that Minishi was the focus target here, because we had Frostball so out of position. He should have been punished for that. Minishi then back up again after the rest attempt. Charging now with a couple of problems. Got the block out. Needs to line of sight somewhere, because we see Frosty is really on him, and we see them going through. We see nice support coming out, but he's caught on that immobilize, and the damage is going to come out. Proc of the Vamp Rune trying to get away on the side, and the support is coming through for him. Brilliantly done, but oh, that is really close there. They need the counter damage. They need to pressure them to disengage, or just Syndrome getting the idea, maybe I'm going to take that Henge Node.
Well, now they're pushing. I mean, Eternia came back towards Chunji to give him that HP regen, of course. But then Frey is really under pressure now. He's not really got much left. As soon as he comes out of the Death Shard, he might go down here. Needs to be very careful. He hasn't got any cooldowns either. He's going to have to use his Signet Heal. He is going to go down indeed. 3-man pressure onto him. Being used really as a distraction, as blue team are over on the Henge mode at the moment. We can see the portal coming out from Frosty, which is going to send him back over towards Reds, over on Frey. Over just below the, over in the roads, below Keep. Great portal from him. And again, that mobility of Mesmer and how useful it really is. Really? Red team should have been benefited out of this situation and should be winning the map. They lost that control as soon as they lost the push over onto Henge and the portal as well. They lost track of Frosty. Not great stuff coming out from Red team now.
Yeah, they wanted to get the most of it. They wanted to leave him there, but sometimes you're really paying with that. And Elka actually in the rampage right now. It didn't really get much of it. Panda's gonna die in a second. We see the Vampire proc already, and Frey and Syndra are on there. Elka really no point in being there right now. For him, he needs to disengage. He should not even have engaged there, in my opinion.
He's trying to go for the kill on Frey. I think maybe it's thinking that he could get that quickness off and that burst from 100 Blades maybe to bring up his Panda, but you know, in the end, making a good choice like you said and disengaging completely, trying to charge down onto Frosty there over on the side, doing a good job at trying to line of sight. But he's right next to Minishi, you can really defend him really well. You know, he's got that updraft, he's got that HP regeneration, and they're really trying to focus down on Frey now. He's in that plague form on the mine node as well at the moment. They should be able to get the kill on him, which will help them get back into the map. Frey goes into downstate. Frosty has to disengage to a degree as well. Dropping that portal, planning for the future again. Hopefully these guys notice this is what's going to happen. Frey goes down there as well as Panda, who drops into that Shadow Refuge to regenerate and move back into the rest of the map. Now they need to hold on to this point because Frosty's trusting that they're going to be able to potentially get something over on the Henge now and then port back over towards that mine node.
Yeah, we see Invis from Frosty and Synrina coming out. They're not going to get the burst because Curve Ellie is trying to line of sight, but he needs to get on point someday. Now he's got the knockback actually going on, but Alcor is really trying to get that Frosty down. We see the Invis, we see the disengage coming out internally on the side, but there's just no damage on Frosty whatsoever. Synrina, however, he might be in a difficult spot right now. Ports back into it, basically, but manages to get the jump on top. Panda needs to be very careful. One attack from Synrina. Nope. Oh, that's not quite it.
Lord.
He actually makes it out alive, gets the support from Eternia going on, can reset and now try and look for a target. Potentially.
Oh, more on cut. Moron Alcor there, sorry, he tries to escape for the best of his ability. That's going to run out very shortly. Hopefully he's going to be able to survive. Does have the proper stance as well to bring up his survivability, but now goes back in with the Great Sword to try and get some nice burst off himself, escaping with that 5th charge skill, the rush skill, sorry, to get out of the node. So good survival, good support coming out from the red team. They need to disengage to a degree. We've got some trouble here over on the mine point, but red team have defended that node successfully. And actually that's led to the full decap over on mid. Now they need to move, this is the problem. This was the thing we were going to see, you know, Alcor going down. Red team members need to just think about the defense here. They need to see Curve Ellie move off mid and just go back down. He was thinking about it. He can sustain versus Frosty. Yeah. No one else is coming back over here at the moment.
And that actually went brilliant for them. They
shouldn't have got that well.
They basically lost Henge, disengaged from it, and oRNG was so onto that killing spree. They really wanted to see some blood to chase them back to the mid with the entire group, not just one person to prevent the decap, which by the way also didn't happen because Curve was just a bit quicker. with that fiery greatsword. But this worked out as good as it could have been from a basically losing team fight.
For the red team, yeah, I know. I mean, Orange Logo pushed out. I feels like they just could have won that fight. I mean, here we go, over on the midpoint as well. Curve's going to be able to stay here forever. Syndrome is just 1v1 at the moment. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to take Curve down here. This might be taking him out too far, but that's why the Mesmer Frosty is possibly coming for the +1 on that fight to take out Curve, which really could bring the rest of the map into a bit of an awkward situation for the red team. But hopefully they'll bring out the extra Elixir X coming out from the engineer and Chargy. He's going to jump onto Frey and try and get him down as soon as possible. But Curve is already down and no kill has been taken over towards this part of the map. They need to take Frey out now to get anything out of this. He pops Plague, and a good time for the blue team to get over towards this henge and actually offer up some support. They really need to push on him, but he's got Tage with him. This is a great matchup for Orange Logo at the moment. They've got two really tanky characters, and Frey and Tage are working great as a team here at the moment.
Yeah, and Eternia and Chargy, they realize they're not going to get the kill on this, and this basically could move over to a triple cap if they really want to get the push onto that henge node. Eternia against these two can hold it for ages. But maybe right now just the aggression from the red team over to the other points makes it impossible for them to really concentrate on that node. Now only Frey left there to keep it neutral, and the rest is going to split across the map and try and get these equal matchups going and maybe pick one off on the side, potentially in mid, because we've got the Mesmer going on right now.
Yeah, but it's going to get plus. Tage is coming over here. I'm not sure Tage is the man that needs to be on this point. I mean, I can understand why he's defending against Chargy so I can stay on node and actually make sure it stays capped. But now the portal's dropped. He's definitely going to be dropping through that portal if Frosty puts it into a teamfight situation, but he needs to get down here to res Minishi quickly. He started to move. Minishi moving to that was actually a nice rotation. Tage moving towards mid to come just in case of that situation happening. Orange Logo losing that point, of course, needing to move back to mid to defend that. We're seeing Eternia die over on the henge node as well. Still got the portal over on mid as well, so it's not going to be used for a while. Let's have a look where Frosty is. He's just still in the same situation over on keep, so he's obviously going to lose that cooldown. But, still sustaining 2 caps. Will be taking the lead in the next couple of minutes. Curve going down as well here over in the roads just below the keep.
Right now, the red team is just always a tiny bit too slow with their rotations. I can't even tell.
Oh, Tornado!
Oh, nice. I can't even tell how many times I've seen someone run towards the point, saying, no, he's down, turn back out again. Very often that's Alcor, kind of being there just a little bit too slow, but yeah. Or the person bunkering the point didn't survive just long enough.
That Tornado didn't do much for them as well over on the henge node. Because guess who we've got over here? Tage. We've got tons of block coming out. We've got stability. He had to pop everything, though, to make sure they kept the node in their favor. Unfortunately, that was the case. And now we can see the +1 from the red team as well. They will be able to get the kill on Frey here. Tage is going to have a difficult time getting away unless someone comes and support him, which is what Syndrome and also Frosty are going to be doing over towards this henge node. If they can get Tage down, which they just have, they can come back into this game.
But someone should really okay, yeah, blue team not pushing into that, because they could now just be sneaky and try and get the sneaky res off of him. No one yet having an eye. Now Tage is just gonna leave him. No, Frosty coming in from the side. He's invis at the moment, and he's going for that res on Tage, and that again is the punishment for leaving someone there to bleed out. I mean, they're not gonna do much now on that point. Maybe Frosty there on a 1v1, but we see, well, Frey even moving in from the side. That is, of course, a close point on for the blue team. So Chargy's going to have a difficult time now. Chargy basically now just trying to buy as much time with 2 people being aggressive towards him, so that the red team has more room on mid to work with a kill on Denshi. But Sinrene and Tage coming in for that rest. Did we see that Feel My Wrath? Most likely 24-second cooldown. That can... Oh, actually, no, they didn't. Didn't even bother.
No, I mean, sometimes you just don't need to do it. There was no real pressure from them, so you didn't need to use that quickness res, and you can save it for a more important team fight, which is happening right now, just a couple of seconds later, as they need to try and sustain. Oh, Panda goes down here. Good job from the blue team members there, Sunjani and also Frosty, just nailing him and taking him out quite well. Panda does try to support down back onto the node. Unfortunately, he's going to lose that. We see Minishi moving out towards mid. As soon as they've started to get the advantage, they're getting the decap and full cap on mine. Good movement from Orange Logo at the moment. on this first forest map, and I think we're probably going to see them take it. Only 3 minutes left in the game. Chunji's still alive as well over on the henge point. They should get the decap quite easily. They still need another node to make sure they can come back into this game.
Yeah, they definitely need the decap, and we see the Bam proc coming in. That should pretty much be an instant burst in there from Frosty. He doesn't quite get it the first knockback, buying him a little bit of time, and good kiting going on right now from Chargy. There comes the immobilize, and that's still not doing it. Elka could also just go... Does Elka have the rampage on? Because that... Yes, he does, and that could be very, very painful for Frosty. Chargy still alive. What is going on? He's really playing with the line of sight there. But Elka almost completely wasting his rampage. Didn't get off anything. And then a 2v1 situation right now.
It's not... Just looking at the map as it is at the moment, we've just got the one cap over. You might be able to see a red team come back here. Hopefully for them. I mean, they need to stick on those. Oh no, but look at Tage. Tage is moving into some great positions now. He's forcing himself into these positions, whereas before, I feel like he was almost left in them. Now he's able to command it a little bit more and say, look guys, we really need to put me into these fights. And because I'm pretty damn important. I'm the support, I'm rezzing the team. I know I'm giving you that quickness to make sure you can get your bursts off quite nicely as well through my elite. So, he's getting into great positions at the moment, which is really good.
Look at Frostball. He is still on that henge node. He's still playing with 2 people. He is kiting like a beast. Not getting the kill on Chargy, but still, 2 people are busy playing with him.
Yep.
They can't do anything on the rest of the map, and that just gives oRNG the benefit.
Just hold the 1v1. I mean, it's tough, I mean, the Mesmer will probably win. I mean, unless Alcohol can get that rampage back in a 1v1, but popping that is going to be fun. And then as we move back to midpoint at the moment as well, Panda and also Eternia. Now Chargy are trying to take out Minishi here as well. They will get the decap possibly as well, as they knock Minishi off point. Syndrome have to stay off node. But is it going to be Ninja? Yeah, great knock, so they could get that decap quite early. So last comeback potential. We've still got 1 minute left in the game. Minishi does get rezzed as well. So again, another time when they really needed to push on that corpse, and they're not even going to pick up them. They're not going to pick up the cap. Mine's a no-go as well. We've got Frey over on that point. Celestial, Necro. It's not going to go in their favor at the moment. This is definitely a blue team game. Good job from them. Good movement around the map from oRNG Logo. Not really the usual kind of playstyle from oRNG Logo, and a lot of that is because we've got Mesmer and a Necro, and the fact that Rom isn't here probably.
Yeah, it's really just parts of oRNG. We've got Frostball in there, Freyon and Necro is something.
Orange.
Yeah, parts of an oRNG, like half an oRNG, a bit more than half.
But yeah. Not bad game from the red team as well. I mean, they've got now the experience they need to push into Fofire and maybe potentially look at how they're going to move in that map. I mean, again, the portals were quite important midway through this game for oRNG Logo and how they were rotating around the map. And then the rest of the game, it feels like, Tage just moved into those great positions where he's able to support very effectively. The rezzing was good from the team of oRNG Logo as well. I mean,
and it does not get to time. 1 second left on the clock. And they made it to 500 points.
Good job. So,
the question is, where did it all fall apart for the red team? We saw, especially after the opener, quite good movement from IVOL, but afterwards, there were issues in kind of very small issues in all places, I'd say. We had a bit of rotational problems going on, sometimes just
miscommunication.
Yeah, maybe from some people overestimating their ability to stay alive or their ability to get to a place fast enough, which we've seen a bit. And then sometimes it was just, I mean, Chargy and Alcor being stuck with trying to kill Frostball for at least 2 minutes. That just broke the game already there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the beginning of the end, and they knew that, and I think they almost knew that they weren't going to get anything out of that. But the Mesmer is one of the main sources of their issues because they're not able to rotate around the map efficiently enough. RG. But I think they had a good split. And their initial rush into the map was great. They got the 2 side nodes, so they had mid sustained. But then I think, it started to fall apart to a degree, almost when we said that we felt that they had a good advantage and they did well. I felt like oRNG Logo really pulled out of that point where they killed Curve and they moved from Henge over towards the mid. Yeah. And still, the red team had the 2 side nodes. But oRNG Logo, pushed them into a losing situation where they just started to take them out and they were able to rotate and grab the map.
That apparently seems to not be a TCG exclusive anymore, like a situation we've often seen with TCG versus oRNG Logo. TCG basically losing a team fight, but still gaining map control in the process, because oRNG needs to push in with too many people, needs to overcommit to a fight, and they're trying to really get the wipe going on, and then suddenly, oh, they've got the double cap. Damn. This time around, sometimes the pressure is just enough.
We're going to wait and see and how well that works on this map. Mesmer again, very strong on this map and very strong at the moment. Just asking them to go when ready. Oh, didn't see that, sorry. My chat was all clear and stuff. Damn. It's almost like we can command them. Dance for us, puppets. Dance. Command! So wondering how red team are going to split on this map and see how they go.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the important bits. 5 seconds to go until we get into this second map. oRNG Logo can already secure their place in the finals if they manage to win this map. They are on the blue side, and on the red side we have IVOL, aka Jebro Cup.
Will I win the Go4 this week? We'll have to wait to see. Over on the quarry point, we are going to see Chargy going for that back point.
By any chance?
No. This isn't going to be great for the engineer, of course, because he's not only is he against the Necro, but he's against an Elementalist. He just needs to get out of there. But we're going to see Panda and Alcor coming back over, potentially. Like Panda going for the stealth over on the top. And now we're going to see Eternia trying to bunker versus Frosty and also Tage. Has Eternia changed his build? Because if he's in Marauders Amulet, that's not going to work. Okay, no, he's gone for DD Selly, but it's still not going to work. Because he's dead. Over on the quarry node. So, nice. To be honest, they probably should have just sent Chargy over towards mid, because, Frey's still quite slow, and that would have been better in this situation. Unfortunately, I think they've made a bit of a mistake here. They'll probably lose Quarry as well, as they'll get the kill on Chargy, and Alcor's just pulled out the Rampage, but the Vampirin comes out. At least he's got stability. He should be able to get the res. That's actually a good point. Luckily
Rampage
enough
res,
for Red Team.
Ramp res.
Yeah, ramp res. Ramp res?
Ramp res?
Whatever.
Sure,
anyway, Frey goes down. They've turned it down. Good job, good job.
Yeah, Minishi is going to be the follow-up kill. I don't see any scenario in which he's getting out there. Nice pull directly after the teleport coming in. 2 downs, and those 2, they can actually leave. Because at least Frey can just be left there. Minishi getting knocked off the side. Now they only need to be very careful with maybe a Syndriner who could sneak through and get a double res, but he's very busy. Oh, good stun there coming out. Panda can't get the isn't the follow-up kill. Syndriner still looking for the engagement. He might be in a difficult position there. Panda could just turn around, but he's too focused for the engage on Frosty, maybe?
I was thinking about Syndriner now. He's actually seen him. Needs to try and put him off the node so they can get the decap. But now Tage is on point as well, and they need to potentially think about avoiding this, because mid-fight, if they extend too much onto this, Panda is still on Syndriner. Good job from him. Spotted the potential decap from Syndriner, and even getting the kill now. And we're going to see Alcor as well trying to jump on him as well. The good job from Red Team, getting the focus on Syndriner, negating his decap. We have seen the portal coming out over on mid as well. Another short portal, I do believe. We are going to go over towards the waterfalls. We've got that's where the portal went, indeed, over onto that node. Syndriner and Frey over on that point versus Eternia should be able to sustain that 1v1 for a while. But we have seen Panda going down on mid, so they can't back up that fight too well, too soon. And Chargy needs to look after the quarry. They will probably push 2 members over towards that point now. And also Waterfall will see the outnumbered fight potentially as well.
Yeah, Curve needs to be careful. Good port up the rocks. He's not going to be the focus for... at least Syndriner can manage to stay on him. Otherwise, only Frey. Are we going to see the rest? 2 people should be able to. We see the first dodge going on. But that is just the stomp. Rampage pulled. Alcor now for the Rampage disengage, actually. Trying to make it on the point in mid. Will he do it in time? No, he won't. Comes onto a cap point. And that's still the mid point capped. I didn't even see the decap on that, honestly.
Yeah, I mean... He should have just gone straight through the point over towards Frosty, tried to get the kill with that Rampage. But but he just stayed mid. I'm not too sure why Alcor did. I mean, I know he was trying to stay there to sustain the point, but you know, now he's moved over. Minshi's going down quite low, but now Chargy's had to move off node as well to get with Alcor here and actually switch positions. Alcor is now in a 1v2. It's not going to be great for him, but Panda coming back in this situation we had earlier, which isn't too bad, but they've had to all come back again to defend Quarry, to save Chargy, and they could get the kills and come back into the map. But they're losing this situation again. It's kind of a little bit similar to the first series that we saw, you know, we're not able to come back, hold the caps, and actually get back into the game fully. And now the free cap comes out.
Yeah, the pressure is just a bit too much. And I'm still completely flummoxed by how little damage comes through on Frostball. It is just ridiculous how well he's kiting this game.
There's just not an amazing, like, I mean, we've got Thief. I mean, the Panda's got a hell of a job for it to do.
Yeah.
If he's got to focus Frosty and Sinjin at different times, they need to put the Warrior on him. But the thing is, now he's getting focused by two members. And as soon as Frostball and also Sinjin have got the kill on him, they can just go to town on the rest of the team members of the red team, you know. And Alcor is, you know, he's fast, he's mobile, but he's not as fast and mobile as the Thief and the Mesmer, of course, having the portal and blink and the other mobility that they do have.
Yeah, and do we actually even have a proper focus target? If anything, it's going to be Syndra now. They need to get a quick burst on him, but who is there to get the burst? Actually, whoa, a random Heartseeker just gets the best Venom of Panda and kind of negates the first bit of burst attempt. Now he's going to +1 that 1v1 between Frey and Curve. On the side notes, actually, we pretty much have unending 1v1s going on. Down below we had an alley 1v1 going on for quite a while. Now they're going to +1 and clear up that waterfall, kind of forcing the red team to just try and do something on the side notes.
Well, they
don't have any pressure there anymore.
Yeah, Panda's gone for the decap eventually now on the other side of the map. Curve unfortunately going down there, which means Syndra can return to mid. Alcor's probably the next man to go down as he does get immobilized. There's tons of conditions coming out into him. Needs to be very careful. The support's coming out for him now. He needs to, as he's pushing away, I think that's the time he's going to go down. It was nowhere near really his teammates to try and get some regeneration there. He's going to be taken out. I think this is the beginning of the end potentially for the red team. Can't forget that you can come back on this map, of course. We do have the Lord 150 mechanic, but the Venom comes out onto Eternia there. The great teamwork from Frostball and also from Sinjir comes out onto Eternia. He's got no cooldowns left. He's can't survive this, surely. He's got an updraft left. Tries to get his dodges off, but nothing in the end. Unfortunately comes out for Eternia, and he's going to be taken into the downstate as well. Decap from Panda. Panda's getting a way of getting around the map quite well at the moment. Curve moving over as well.
But
they won't get the cap very quickly.
They can't stay in this matchup right now. They're going to get +1 by the pain train, and that's going to be a quick clear up. And they're again just losing all kind of momentum. They need the regroup, meaning they need to move out of this waterfall. Now we see the two-man re-engage Cinder Frosty coming in from the side, and they won't get Frey down before Panda falls. Damage comes in. Panda goes down. And there, we've seen it coming. Curve now with the disengage, moving over to mid, but Tage is still there, can just stand on point. Maybe the quarry could be potentially something with two people now engaging on Minishi, and that's really the only way, and they need to be careful not to lose another person. Just go for the regroup. And now they seem to do just that.
They're trying to, yeah. They're a non-quarrier now. That's going to be the point where that happens. Alcor and Chargy versus Tage and Minishi. They're really putting the right people in these matchups at the moment, Orange Logo. This is a great job from them. Getting another kill as well on Curvelli. Red team can't move around this map at all at the moment. Bringing out the Rampage over onto Minishi now, that is really going to be the thing which really switches up this fight. Both Warrior and NG have that double Rampage out. If they don't get the kill, that is definitely going to be it for this game. They have to take the advantage of this. They're not able to because the Ellie is too mobile around those points. He can line of sight so well. And even Tage is bringing out a little bit of damage onto Alcor and pressuring him. And even Minishi there going into the War Attunement is going to put out some little bit of damage there to put Alcor into the downstate. Pounder down, Curve down, Alcor down.
And that's basically it, most likely. We only have Chargy alive, and he's probably going to die against two people. I don't know yet. Frosty coming in from the side. They can do what they want on this map now. And they might actually just be preparing for that Lord Rush. They can, they don't need to.
I was going to say, that's... they could go for it. Why not?
first the follow-up kill on Chargy. I mean, right now they would be running into a respawn, so it might not be the smartest of decisions. But now we have the re-engage of some of the red members, and there we see the first people on the map again. Alco at least already. Panda and Curve in position to try and go for a defense, or just in position to write GG.
You know what? Like, Syndra's gameplay is just better with a Mesmer.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
It just feels like it's like the best combination for him. Like, it's almost like the reliance is not completely on him, so it's almost like, you know, there's someone else there, and almost like his confidence comes out. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm not saying he's not a confident player, but, you know, he played so well just then. Yeah. Like in the first game as well. Him and Frostball as a combination is horrible. And, you know, Frostball with anyone, thief-wise, is normally
to play against.
Awesome.
Let's say that.
Sorry. What did you say?
Horrible to play against.
Yeah. Sorry. Not horrible as in bad, but like horrible as in, yeah, exactly, to play against. And I just love it. I love that Thief Mesmer combination. I'm just wondering, you know, Orange Logo, will they miss that in WTS?
Potentially.
Could Rom play a Mesmer?
Could Rom
in the 3 weeks or so that we have? Can he learn that class? Probably.
Well, he at least has now some experience with the Marauder amulet.
That's true. I mean, they're not going to change their classes to stuff they're really not confident on now. Not for WTS. They'll go. I mean, you know, maybe Frey will go to Necro, but I think maybe that's the only change they'll make, unless there's, you know, something I don't know, which is possible. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Necro and Mesmer is working pretty well.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we've seen in the past weeks. It's very rarely in the full setup of the teams that are actually going to WTS, which at one point might leave them the opportunity to surprise them, like not giving away the tactics. But I don't know, how are they faring just in normal PvP? Are they playing as an entire unit otherwise, other than the tournaments itself? Because if they lack practice, that could be very dangerous.
I mean, these teams have got to be scrimming, you know. I mean, I know TCG, I know Jebro, because, you know, and they say it on when they're streaming, you know, we've got to go scrim now, so it's kind of a good indication. Yeah. Orange Lego probably as well, you know. I mean, I'm not sure if it's as much as the other teams, but, you know, Rom said it perfectly himself. We bring surprise. And that's what they did. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do that as well in WCS. But for now, we are done.
Exactly. Going to a quick break afterwards. Coming back to you with the finals for today's Go4GW2 Cup. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
See you soon.
Welcome back, guys, to the Go4GW2 Cup. I'm still Chronic, that is still Jebro, and we're gonna have the opportunity to watch the finals in just a little bit. It's gonna be TCG versus Orange Logo, one of the classic matchups, and one of the matchups that's gonna be very interesting for the upcoming WTS.
Indeed, we do not have the team members that will be taking part in WTS, though, as we've got some switch-ups going on.
Not entirely.
Some class changes as well. Wow, another class change for Frey. Obviously, multi-class extraordinaire, of course. But yeah.
What are we seeing Frey on now? Oh, on the Elementalist.
Indeed. Let's do this.
What?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Yeah, on the other side, of course, we've also got Munapar and Shaku. Two people who will not be playing in the WTS. Or at least aren't part of the normal roster we expect to be seeing.
Zan and Texby not here today. Apparently Texby is asleep.
Texby is asleep. Well, everyone needs a good night or good evening rest.
Maybe I had a good night. Who knows? It's only speculation at this precise moment. Let's go through Orange Logo very quickly. Frostball playing with the Sword, offhand Torch, of course, with the Great Sword, Pack Rune, and Marauder amulets. Going for chaos, dueling, and domination there. Not going for inspiration. There you go. He's going for problematic understanding, deceptive evasion, and mental anguish there, as well as confounded suggestions. Tage playing Bunker Guardian. Don't need to explain that too much, of course. Taking conditions, turning them into boons, using the Shout Elite on 24-second cooldown rather than going for renewed focus to get those virtues back. Being supportive in terms of, using that quickness to end fights and actually save his teammates in terms of rezzing. Syndroneer playing DP Thief with that Marauder Amulet, of course, with the Vampiroon. Going Shadow Arts as well for extra stealth, as well as some survival. And then going for Improvisation and Panic Strike as well in the Deadly Arts. Minishi playing Dagger Elementalist, going into the Fire trait line to get them more damage, of course. And going for those Blinds and Burning. And Frey was on Elementalist just now. Whether or not he'll go back to Warrior or to Necro, we'll have to
someone else, something else, or maybe just surprise us completely and go for an Engineer. Why not?
Yep, I mean, he could do.
Well, yeah, that might be more Denchi's job, honestly. If we're going to see anyone on Engineer. Okay, then I'm actually going to tell the teams that we are ready, because as we know, we might have some time. Red Levin, he's going to be playing Dagger, Pistol, Thief with the Vampiroon, with the Marauder, and is going for Shadow Arts as well. Shadow's Rejuvenation in Thief and Shadow's Embrace there. And is also going for Bountiful Theft and Thrill of Crime in the Trickery line. Then we've got Moonapar. Moonapar is going to be playing a Dagger Celestial Elementalist and will be going for that Fire, of course, Blinding Ashes, Pyromancer's Training, and Burning Fire. Doesn't want to go with Earth. Let's have a look at Shaku. No, he's also in Fire, so we have two Dagger Celestial Elementalists. One with the Rune of Vampirism and one... No, both with Vampirism. So both with the exact same build, if I'm not missing anything. And you change Doom Energy, just to make sure. And we have Energy and Leeching. Okay, very slight variation there. Then Helseth, he's going to be playing Sword Greatstaff, Staff Greatsword, this way around. We have the Vampiroon, the Marauder Amulet, and he's going for power. No, wait. We have the Mentor of Distraction, but no power block. Rather going for Mental Anguish, as we've seen before.
Yep. The more damage from shatters, more shattered or irritated build, of course, but he's still going for that confounding suggestions, but not going for that power.
And honestly, the power lock is still ridiculously strong, even if you don't go for power block.
Well, you can use, you can get days of Chaos Storm.
That as well.
And then when you get the stun, then you can use your shatter. Because if you use your diversion, of course, to get the days off and the stun that way, of course, you're not going to shatter. So he's going to use, I guess, Chaos Storm. When he's got his shatters up, and you can shatter in that AoE area, because then we'll have the stun off, so he'll be able to get off those for sure. And he's still got Mantra of Distraction, so he's got the stuns coming out from that as well. So he's got a lot of stun potential, and maybe we're going to see him use Staff. And I wonder if we'll see him use Staff in WTS, because that Chaos Storm is such good cleave as well on node, and you can bring out a lot of interrupts with that.
And honestly, just in so many situations, the phase retreat can really save you.
Oh yeah, it's good for defensive capability and offensive, just to reposition for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
as we just saw.
Yeah, just like that, nicely demonstrated, Helseth. And then, last but not least, we have Lipion, and he's going to be on that very nice Greatsword Hammer build, Pegruun, Marauders, and then Strength, Discipline, Defense with that unbelievably strong Rampage.
Yeah, he's going for Merciless Hammer this time around, though. I mean, he was using that on Wednesday as well. I think that's for that lockdown potential and the recharge on those hammer skills as well. I mean, he's going to be locking down his opponents quite well. And, I think... Oh, hello, Sailor. We got Frenzy. Okay. That's where he's getting his quickness from. He's going to get 7.5 seconds of it. He's also got the Might and the Vigor there, and it's a good stun breaker. So that's where we're going to see Lipion getting his quickness from. So good idea, taking that stance out and then going full on for Merciless Hammer. Yeah, this is great. But that stance out for Frenzy. Yeah, keep forgetting that Frenzy is another stance because we barely ever see it. But yeah, no, good stuff, good ideas.
Yeah,
nice to see some changes.
Mike might.
I give him a mic.
Drop the mic.
So yeah, just waiting for these guys to start the game. And again, stressing that, you know, a couple of members, these aren't the full lineups. Again, TCG going against oRNG Logo. Sorry.
Okay.
Someone's asking me a question about
starting a sentence and then starting to type.
Yeah, there's someone in the arena that's fine to be here, so they just needed to know so they didn't get kicked quickly.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, thanks for joining us for the ESL Go4GW2 Cup in the Fantasy 7.
Oh, let's have a look at Frey. Because he's
of
over
course
on another Guardian. And we see the Meditation Guardian again.
He's playing Burning Guard.
Oh god, Carrion Amulet, Balthazar Rune.
I mean, he can get Ring of Warding off and then do some nice damage with those torch skills. But you know, the Zealot's Flame is really, really nice. Like when you put yourself on fire and you send that to your opponent, like that is a lot of damage that comes out from that. But you know, it's quite sustained, that torch sometimes, but the cooldowns are quite long. So we'll have to see how well that works for him. I think he's just trying this out against TCG. We'll have to wait and see how that works for him. Very slow though, very slow build.
Yeah. But now we're moving in quickly towards the first game. oRNG Logo on the red side versus TCG on the blue.
There we go. That's what the portal's for. He's negate that slowness by bringing him into mid via a portal. But Shaku's going to come over towards the far point. And actually, you know, Frey's got some burning damage, but you know, the elements of this going 1v1 with him on this point is good because he can sustain quite well. That's why Syndrome has come back, because he wants to try and take out Shaku, or at the very least pushing him away over on the midpoint as well. Red team have got the majority of caps on this node. Tage grabs it as well as he sustains on point. Helseth try and do some damage from afar as Frosty comes off node as well, slightly getting pressured by Lipion here, and Moonipar coming up from the behind.
Yeah, Shaku already down on the side. Is Helseth going to go for a sneaky rest now just for the counter kill on Syndrome? We also have Frey, so he might not want to stay around that for too long. We've got the poison on, so that's pretty much it. No, he's actually continuing to be aggressive out of stealth now. Is he just going to be a quick kill there, Syndrome? Not yet engaging, actually just completely disengaging. Apparently Frey says, I've got this. No issues.
I've got this. Over on the mid, it's interesting to see this fight with Frey. You know, he's got some sustain out there as well. I mean, he's going for Purging Flames, of course, Consecration, rather than the Meditation, of course, because that gives you a AoE ring of burning, which is great on point, a good on point pressure. Red Levin actually goes down in the end to some burning as well, some pressure coming out from him. We are going to see him coming back up, and also, Minishi, okay here.
He is indeed. Helseth moving out of that fight. We see Syndrome. I'm not quite sure what Syndrome wants to achieve here, because he's going to get +1 in a second. A quick kill on Moonipar seems a bit optimistic for my taste. Helseth coming around the back. He's not going to get the kill quick enough, and especially he's also stacking some conditions. But Frosty with a +1, and that is brilliant. So it's just there for the preparation. Now we see the people coming in. Helseth does have the portal, and we see the Vapor Form portal rushing through. And now they're actually in a brilliant position to just run over Minishi on that mine node.
Yeah, Minishi got on point on time though, yeah, but exactly. They moved from that defensive, almost the loss of a player, to the full-on aggression onto mine. Like, that's the rotational power of TCG coming out right there. Minishi did a great move. He moved away from that point, and now he'll go to mid and try and help defend versus Moonipar to the point where Frey might actually move over towards that henge point.
Shaku trying to escape. Red Levin sticking around. That might be a bit dangerous, and yes it is, because he's down already. Shaku can't go for the rest of their Helseth moving in, so we've got 2 people. Do they maybe want to go for the counter kill? We still have Levin in stealth, but now he comes out of it, and that's also going to be the aggression on Shaku. Helseth just trying to get out of there. Double cap coming in, but that might not stay for that long, because Helseth, yeah, in his retreat, sees, well, the midpoint is open. Lipion's staying on that to get the decap, losing Shaku in the process, but still keeping themselves in the game. They just need to be careful with how offensive they want to be in this mid-fight.
Did we know as well that Helseth went back to Sword Torch?
No, we did not.
There we go. He's gone back to Sword Torch. So, yeah, I did just miss that, actually. I haven't been on Helseth yet as we come back into this game, and missed the fact that he was on the Sword Torch combination. Lipion going to go down potentially again. Syndrome is able to initiate onto him. Frostball and Syndrome again being that payoff combination, but Syndra Red 11 gets that nice stealth off onto Lipion, and they're able to survive to a degree now, as well as Shaku coming up from behind. Lipion will now get to full HP fully, as he can reset himself as well. Helseth going for the defense over on the mine node, with What Up Frey going for the potential decap there, but Helseth is going to go through the portal, use that as a bit of a negation from that damage, and actually switching out with Munabai here, who's very low HP. That's very risky, and Helseth even low himself as he comes back onto the node. Will we see Frey get the kill on Munabai? He does! Great damage coming out from him. That build is very strong. I know that Munabai was already quite low. I think that was probably a big mistake to put him onto that node. Although Helseth is stealthed here, can get the res.
Can he get some damage on there? No, that won't be enough. No interrupt coming in fast enough with that res attempt. Now we see them in a 2v2 situation, but already having trouble in 2v1 against Frey. So just standard conditions.
Yeah, I mean, Minishi's here now as well, so it's not too bad. I mean, Helseth maybe potentially could think about going into that node, but I think they're going to leave. They're actually just trying to leave via both sides of this pathway leading out from the mine now. Moonpie's going to get stuck with that Scepter free, of course. We haven't seen that for a while coming out, and he should be able to escape here. Frey, what do you need to do to disengage? Just run away. But now he's actually going back. He's going back past him because he knows he's too slow. So now Frey's got a bit of catching up to do. Look, as he slowly gets away from him, but he's still able to do a ton of damage on him, and Moonpie does... There you go. That's the disadvantage of that Guardian build. Thankfully enough, they're leaving bits and pieces around for him to help him with his mobility. Things like that Great Sword and that Portal as well. So that's good. Like, without that Ellie and Mesmer combo, I don't think he'd be able to use this build.
Yeah, Frey, however, in a difficult situation and not really having that much of a disengage. He now just needs to try and run away or hope for a +1 or basically stay there to die. Not really much he can do right now. No portal, no... Oh, but the port in the right direction coming up. He got a target, and that brings him closer to that midpoint. However, Helseth also there. Frelina could be a prime target for that.
Nice line of warning from Tage. Stopped the momentum of blue team and Helseth there from trying to get the kill on potentially Frey moving down the stairs. Great support, and then ring of warding. Yeah, brilliant. Good ring of warding as well. Again, the negation, like those blocks, hard blocks, but there you go. In the end, Frey does go down, unfortunately. It's a tough fight for the Medigard going up against the Mesmer, especially now. Should be able to get that res and put down his third ability as well. And Downstate does get up there. Should be okay. TCG did have like 2-3 members down earlier on when we saw Munapai going into the downstate earlier. Oh, Red 11. We've seen the attack as well coming out when the Shadow Refuge goes down. Does get the stealth in the end. I think that was a bit of a visual bug. But then we are going to see What Up Frey going down once again.
Oh, the block ability from TH coming in just slightly too late, but still managing to get that res off, even against the distortion. Trying to stay just in the middle of the fight. Now the line of warding coming in, venturing through, and we have Frey on the point. Can they be quick enough on point? No, Shaku not in position for the port. Doesn't make it. Doesn't make it in time. Gets the immobilized there. Can't move that slight inch forward anymore. Now trying to vapor form out of it. Needs to be careful that he didn't get any falling damage on that one. Jumped on the rock.
Good job. Yeah, good job from Frey there, pinning him down in the corner, going for that ring of warding. I mean, he wasn't there before. Lipion trying to run for his life now as well. They should be able to get the kill, especially with Frostball coming up from behind. Although Munipai's going to come in for his own regeneration, but able to get that stun lock onto him. But he's going to have to... Did he just pop Rampage to try and get away? Didn't see that, I'm not too sure.
Need to check for the cooldown. Oh, we see the interrupt. Sinuna is down. They could maybe just do it with damage. Did he attack? No, he's still in stealth, and the rally comes... He vengeanced. Yeah.
Oh, that's ballsy. That's ballsy. He wanted to go for the kill on Syndra, and if he'd got it, you know, at least they would have got the equal kills on the map. But unfortunately, not able to. In the end, Lipion is just hanging around, waiting to die. And now we've seen the team up of the Pain Train combination over on TCG moving towards mid. Although Frey's in the situation now, so Frey is in the position that Tage was before, 2 Guardians, but Frey's going to go down pretty quickly in this fight. He's not able to do much, has to block. Tage's arrival just in time, but still the decap comes out. TCG again, map awareness strategists, and all that jazz that comes out from those guys, able to get complete map control. And oRNG Logo not having a good time of it. Still got the lead, but, you know, I think we're just seeing them come back into this game now. Getting the mine point now with Minishi over on this node, but now in a 1v2 situation. Still not that bad for him, to be honest. although Frostball is here as well.
Yeah, it's just leaving a portal for the time being, so he can come
Sorry,
back.
it wasn't Minishi, it was Frostball.
Yeah. He can come back anytime, but first he's going to try and get the engage on Hellseth. That's not quite working out because Frey down on the side and he's caught in the cleave with the immobilize. Didn't manage to go through that portal. We see on the side note the decap coming out from Syndrine. But that wipe in mid can really push TCG in a good situation. The double cap is definitely going to be the case. I don't see Syndrine being there fast enough.
Hellseth from
a target.
Like Hellseth coming in and Lipion popping that rampage there was the clincher of that fight. And Hellseth didn't even have to use Moa, so they can move straight over onto mine, use the Moa on Tage. Great combo coming out from those guys to make sure that he goes down. That's going to put them ahead for a while now, that fight. Bounced off mid, they went over towards mine, grabbed the node, Tage down. He surely can't be res here. Surely can't.
Frosty's trying.
Oh no, he needs to get out of there. I mean, he's tried it because, you know, that's a big kill for TCG to bring out on this map. You know, they should be able to get control of this and pick up the nodes. But Syndrine going over towards mid now as well.
He's back up. Did you rally on Lipion? He rallied on Lipion.
Oh, good lord. I missed that.
He actually rallied on Lipion, so that attempt from Frostball to get the clutch res was actually just buying time. Good move there.
Cheeky. Yeah, I missed that actually. Went straight over to mid to check out Syndrine, who was going for the initial engage there, but Red Levin's gone over to the point as well. Syndrine does stealth and move back over towards the henge point. Good thing you were still over there, so you noticed that. Good job. But yeah, now they're trying to cleave over on that Shadow Refuge. Syndrine just needs to escape.
He's going to get the sneaky decap right there. He now pops out of stealth and Shaku fast enough with the reaction. That's always something, you hate to see that. Like people concentrating on the fight over there and then like just behind them there's a decap going on.
Oh, Red Levin.
That's not happening.
Red Levin going down over towards Syndrine and also Minishi. They're going to get the res. He needs to put so much damage onto Red Levin. Also maybe on Lipion as well. Pressure would be great in this situation because Shaku going quite low as well. Goes into Vampirin proc, using him almost as a distraction to almost take out Shaku, who was so close to going down. Hellseth as well over towards the mine.
Yeah, Hellseth, well, he's in stealth, and as a Mesmer, you can always try and get a quick burst on someone. He manages to get the disengage. This is going to wreck all this health until he makes it back to mid. So by the looks of it, they're kind of hoping for a good mid engage in a second. Or maybe just a sneaky decap if all people already disengage. Didn't see Hellseth coming. Now focusing to get the kill on Shaku. But Syndrine, he will probably be able to port up there. No, not in time. Not in time, and now just with the counterburst, maybe. No, disengage already. Is that gonna be? Yeah, that's gonna be the vapor form through there, probably. And then he can start with the rest. Oh, just in time, he gets the damage on there. And with that poison, that's gonna be impossible for Hellseth to rest. He now needs to disengage, gets the immobilized. Frey comes in, as well as Syndrine with that damage. Ring of Warding, he runs into it, manages to still be alive. Somehow pops up, but the conditions. Just way too much damage from that.
Anyone get up there? Oh yeah, of course, Syndrine can. Good job. You can see oRNG logo picking up mid as well. So now Frosty going down as well over on the mine node. So we've had the problem over here. They've still got the cap. They're still in this game, obviously being ahead as well. I mean, that's the main reason. 2Cat coming out for oRNG logo though. I think I'm probably thinking about the future more so. 2 minutes 40 seconds left on the map. All of blue team back in the map as well, regrouping in their own way. Lipion comes over to defend the mine over here. And we do see the possible engage of the Hellseth Elementalists coming up with Red Levin as well. Potentially pushing on to mid. Or at least thinking
could be a good target. Shaku and Red Levin on him, but we see Syndrine kind of with a defensive Venom going out. Managing to save Frosty back in that refuge. Now they can reposition themselves. Fredina and yeah, they are really on the Hellseth right now. Getting the first kill on that. Don't really even need to stay there. I very much don't. We see Lippy on the bird jumping down from the side.
Oh, Red Levin's gonna get the rest on Hellseth. Oh no way! And he's still got portal as well. And he's stealthed over towards henge. How clutch! Oh, this
that could bring them the game now.
Yeah.
That could really bring them the game.
They've not even
coming out. Shaku pulling through. Lipion with the disengage. Trying to pull people over.
Where is Hellseth's portal?
Can they go back through? Right on the middle. No. Right on the middle. But the double outer point cap is going to keep them in it. Right now, slight lead for oRNG. But this is really, they now just need to get a kill to get ahead right now. Page is on the point, is trying to keep it neutral, but we have a good amount of people from TCG in there.
Goes down hard on mine. They lose the node. So they will pick up the 2 cap here. No cap's coming out for TCG, but if they keep it the way it is, they might be able to go for some cheeky boss kills. Not sure that's going to happen. Red Levin moving back over towards mid now. We have seen downstate of was up Frey over on that Henge node. So they'll pick up 1 point, but they need to do it quite quickly. And we'll see mid get engaged upon as well. Whether or not people are going to start going for those bosses, not too sure. Because, you know, we see TCG pick up 2 bosses when they hit 450, they can win this game, but they need to get both hits on those bosses. We are going to see Lipion going for the potential engage. Now, he's going for that boss kill. No one is on orange low going close for that kill either. Lipion, really low HP, needs to be careful as the boss kind of locks him down. HP increase on Chieftain. You can't get those cheeky, sneaky last kills very easily. They need to get a lot better, but let it go from the other side.
Svani is also the next target. We've got Frostball and Syndrine in there. This is going to be so clutch. Frostball and Syndrine get it. Orange logo pick up the Chieftain, the Svania to win. That was a last second effort. They tried it and they did not succeed.
Bloody hell. Whew. That's annoying. Like right at the end, able to sneak that damage off. I just missed to see what Belize came out there, who got probably the last bit of that kill. I need to rewatch that VOD later.
Either Frostball or Synune, one of the two. I mean, with their burst potential, you have a really, really good chance to pick up that one. Yeah, Orange logo, of course, was already in a really, really good position to pick up that win. TCG only the only way for them to pick it up was to go for those NPCs, which with the Svania especially, that was just really, really risky.
Oh my god! I mean,
wait, how many points did they have after the first? Were they ahead after the first Svania?
No.
I think just by a little bit, weren't they?
They might have been like a couple of points. We've hit 480 or so. It was starting to tick up from there. Someone's at my door. Okay. That's really a loud noise.
That's your doorbell?
Yes, it's a massive bell. It literally says Titanic on the front of it.
Nice.
It's a massive bell. Talking about bells. But yeah,
wait,
other than that.
What is going on in map chat?
I don't know.
Swap? They want something. I have no idea what.
Who wants something?
Frelina wants something.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, wow. 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 Animals in my house. Just been asked if I ordered a pizza. No, I didn't.
Okay. Just in the middle of the cast, I need pizza, damn it.
Maybe I should just post links in the chat. Maybe people could just order me pizza. That would be epic.
Yeah, probably for you to pay.
Yeah, true. Oh, no, maybe not. Nice to see you all in chats. Welcome. We have had TCG going back over towards the blue team. I do not live in a church. Although, it could be very interesting. It's a nice reverb going up here.
Probably not a good internet connection there.
I don't know. I mean,
which might explain a lot of your past streams.
That's true, actually. Although, you know, connections to wherever you would think in this world from the church. I don't know. Okay. I was just trying to link that out there. It didn't work.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Sorry.
So,
yeah, don't worry, guys. I'm not eating pizza yet. Not yet. It's very early for dinner. It's only 5 o'clock in the UK. Don't worry about it. Yeah, esports. It's esports to order pizza during your cast, of course. Excuse me, Nick, while I eat my pepperoni pizza, you know.
Okay.
Anchovies. We don't have that in England that much. Anyway.
Frelina's burning build working out surprisingly well there.
It is, yes. I think some of the reasons being also, other than the build itself, is Frostball and also the Elemental is putting down the Fire Greatsword. If there wasn't that mobility for him, he would be kind of screwed in various situations.
Yeah, we've seen him just running after people. Don't leave me behind. Basically, that is it. Let's see how much of that we see in the second match, where Orange Logo could already secure their win. It's Foulfire. On the red side, we have Orange Logo. On the blue side, it's TCG. And look at that mid engage.
Yep, straight into Tage there. Moa comes out as well. And he actually gets away.
Oh, and that's stealth!
Side.
We have a stealth... No, we did have a stealth Moa just for a second, but now he's open for the next engage, but also back on onto his own form. Back in the form of Tage, can use some of his abilities, and except for Shelter, is really looking good.
Oh, they've locked down Lipion with a great ring of warding there on him as well into the side. He's surely going to go down. The set to hold down, immobilize as well was quite good. He's able to. He's doing a fantastic job of trying to get away here. Uses that. Oh no! In the down state, eventually, Lipion survived for quite a while there. In the end, TCG knew they were losing him, so they still moved back into the map now. Portal coming out for TCG members here. So their 3 members do stealth up, going back through that portal over towards mid. Good stealth engage. They should get onto Frostball, but he knows it, as he did see that portal procs up there as well. He used his Blurred Frenzy quite early, but even using his own portal to just distance himself for his own survivability.
Now they could actually just turn it around. Hellstuff very aggressive, but we have Tage also there to maybe give a little bit of support to Frostby. Blurred Frenzy coming out right into the distortion.
Oh, nice stealth from Frostball there to come back.
And the double cap is coming out. Early secure of those points, and that's going to give them an early lead. They don't need to play that aggressive, but they still hold it neutral. Frey versus Shaku, and the rest is going on mid. TCG now with a big pressure on that midpoint. Will they be able to get a kill out of that? We see the reset from oRNG. They want nothing of it. They just have one person hanging around, Minishi, to make it bunkered, and really pressuring TCG into their own node right now.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know if that's pressure from them or them moving back for the defense. Or moving back for the kill on Frey, because I think they're moving back for the kill on Frey there, actually, rather than moving out of the fight that they were losing. It could have been a mixture of both, but I think they spot that Frey is going to be an easy kill. But Frey's been left in these 1v1 situations on the side points now, and now they've brought it really into their advantage, because I think they're underestimating how powerful this build is. Oh no, but unfortunately, we are going to see... Oh, Lipion, what a beast.
Lipion, Moa comes through the portal, also a bit safer. And now they're turning it around on Frey. They're gonna get this stomp, no interrupt coming out, and that really good move in theory. TCG wanted to turn it around, get the quick kill on Frey. oRNG just had the pressure going on. Almost managed to get Minishi down there, but that portal save. Wait, not Minishi.
It was a mortal save, Nick.
Shaku.
Mortal works. That works for
Mortal?
me. Anyway, still 2 cap. Another portal comes out for oRNG Logo as they head over towards the waterfall. The quarry node now. Double team initiate from Minishi and also Frostball, and now they're able still to. They're using. There you go. Look, the Mesmer works so good with the Guardian Bunker, because you know it makes the map so much smaller. You know, Minishi could go over there. Tage could sustain versus 2 people. They thought they could outnumber him and get the kill quickly, but that portal enabled them to be mobile over towards the quarry and put some pressure on them. But unfortunately, it's not really gone in their favor, because TCG went over for the port over onto the waterfall and they took that node. So we're actually not going to see any advantage coming out from this. A good idea from oRNG Logo, but not working out for them.
And look at how aggressive Frosty is being. I mean, he has the backup of Syndra now. Munapa trying to tank this as best as he can. No real damage coming through yet, and now we have the support of Lipion going on. Is he going to pull into Rampage? Because Rampage against the Pain Train, that's really going to hurt, but he doesn't even need it. Instant 38 HP Vamp proc. That's the down as soon as he gets out of that. Frosty can't really go for a wrestler. He just needs to escape and try and get out there alive somehow.
That frenzy stance pop from Lipion. Once again, you know, doing a good job with that. I think that stance is working quite well for him in this build, in the mix with Merciless Hammer as well. He can get a lot of lockdown, and then he can command his own quickness rather than, you know, or 50%. I know it's not difficult to look at their HP and think 50% I should be able to get my quickness proc now, but you know, he's able to command it when he wants, when he's got his cooldowns. So I think, you know, he's got more control on it, which is what I like about that, actually.
Exactly. Sometimes you just need that burst as the first engage. And not just when they hit 50%.
Yeah, exactly. So you can coordinate with everyone else and begin that initial kill. So over on the midpoint, oRNG Logo aren't able to get out of this node at the moment. It looks like TCG are just pressuring from the sides. Really, looks like we might see Frosty pick up that quarry decap at the very least. He did have a couple. He's got some bleeding on him as well, but he's still got regeneration, which is just about negating that. using his heal as well. No clones out, which means he's going to have not much at all, especially with that poison on him. He's hardly going to get anything, but it does save him in the end. Conditions only just appearing off, and Shaku almost able to cleave him out there. But they're going to give up the quarry node. Not too bad. Decap over there. We have seen Helsef dead as well over on the midpoint, but that means the orange Lego will pick up Waterfall now. So switch points. Switch side notes almost to a degree, but orange Lego coming out on top. Frosty stealthed over on the top as well. Well, we can see a cheeky res onto Helsef here.
Oh, they're trying Red 11 and Shark porting in. Oh, but that is just too much cleave. The refuge gives them a target to spam the AoE towards, and that almost was the end of Red 11. He's, however, now in a good position to either... Well, nah, decap not, because we still have Minishi over there, but he could have gotten a good engage on Syndrina. However, waiting for a bit of HP to be regenerated. And we see the pickup of Frey again, and now he's turning it around. Lipion almost down. Nice line of warding there. The line of warding really being used as an aggressive tool to cut off the escape. And that especially with a warrior who is always trying to just twirl his way out of a tricky situation.
Good lord, Frosty was on like 60 HP or so there. Do not know how he survived, because, you know, he shouldn't have survived that, because he was just running into cleave as well. And good job, nice little bit of support coming out from the team. Does go down in the end though, really should have a little bit earlier. But now we're going to see TCG possibly bouncing off this kill over into the rest of the map. Nice updraft comes out as well. But Moonapar goes down. They need to pop a little bit of res onto Frosty. Otherwise they are going to res here. Moonapar's going to get up here. But so is Frostball. Frostball might get res here as well. Tage popped that quickness, I do believe, earlier. We're going to see Frostball getting up. Oh my god, that's amazing. How the hell did he get up from that? We're going to see blue team, though, porting over towards Waterfall with Moonapar. They not only do they get the cap, but they get the survival of Moonapar as well. No one goes down in the end, and TCG do benefit from that situation.
That was just a rotary res operation right there.
Again,
they were
in the last game.
One person with a bit of res, and then no, too much damage. Need to regen, need to get a bit of CC in there. Then another person resing, and we just need to keep him alive. And then at one point they found a situation where they could commit to it. So really like the sneaky res plays going on.
I thought you meant rotation as in map, but like it was true in both situations.
Yeah, okay, yeah, both.
Actually, that was a double rotate, yeah, in terms of... But look at the kills they've picked up as the Helsef is in the downside over towards Quarry. Our position here, Quarry, as Shaku comes in for the potential res and the updraft, Minishi does pop Armor of Earth. Helsef does go down in the end though, unfortunately. Red 11 just in stealth there, while Shaku does trying to hold the node. Lipion as well coming into point. He does have Rampage available, which he should probably will pop, as they start to get the lockdown onto Frey here a little bit, as he uses his heal. So this is a great opportunity.
Look at the points in the position of Frosty. He's a Mesmer, and he has his portal probably positioned somewhere good. Blue side gate attacked, and we see now a bit of defense coming out already. So this is really a predictable Lord rush. Not a rush yet.
Yeah, they're not going to go for it yet. I mean, Lipion's down, does get rest as well. They need to be very careful about this decision again. We've been here before.
Minishi coming through. We have the portal open, but only one person really going through. And the Mesmer itself actually being pulled over back to that waterfall. Manages to get a sneaky stealth and a port off.
He's gone.
Frosty.
He's away.
Yeah, but
Minishi's already started the engage on the boss. This is going to be risky. In a game where they had full control, they want to just go for the... They just want to go for the flipping Lord here. But TCG, they know if they lose this game, they've lost the final. They don't want to go out too early, so they need to send people back. They can't just go for full map control.
But we already have half HP on the Blue Lord. Only now the TCG members start to come in. Minishi will get CC. Frosty, very good. That updraft timing, bringing down the heal, and now we actually have the TCG members in. The mower comes out, but is that going to be enough for the almost entire force of TCG defending?
Yep, they completely block the attack on the Lord there. They were like a wall moving forward. If Orange Logo lose members on this disengage, it's going to cause many problems. But look who's come out on the map. TCG went full in for the defense, fair enough. But they could have gained something for this. They really felt as if they needed to. We have seen the full cap of the map going to Orange Logo. Not only did they go for the full Lord engage, and again... They've got free cap and Lord engage, Nick. This is
and the
control.
Lord engage again. They can pretty much do whatever they want.
Now.
Red Levin is not going to get... He might get a quick kill on Frosty. He needs to really focus on that, because as soon as Frosty is out, the damage potential is greatly negated. But we do see the CC coming out. No heal this time. We don't have an updraft to save him.
Yeah.
And there is the game. oRNG Logo picking up 2-0 win against TCG. Of course, some different lineups going on right here, so it's not really that much of a precursor for the WTS. But definitely good to see that oRNG Logo does have it in them to, at least, let's say, like 4 weeks ago, TCG seemed almost unbeatable.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you can judge it on this. I mean, at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, with it is now. I mean, you know, that was it was really good, but you know, I think the Mesmer is really important for so many reasons in that game, and how influential Frostball is. I mean, Rom said, you know, that Frostball is a member of oRNG Logo now, so you know he's playing in the team when the other guys can't.
Yeah.
So like he's a permanent fixture to a degree whenever anyone can't play on oRNG Logo. That's the way I read that as well. Anyway, when we saw that point of interest interview with the guys, and you know that's how strong Mesmer is.
Yeah, the only
I would love
question
to
is,
see oRNG Logo with one in WCS.
The question is, what does it do to their team dynamic if they continuously play with a Mesmer in their setup? I mean, that's a different playstyle. That's a different approach to it. I mean, they're still kind of sticking to the normal oRNG Logo approach to the game we see. Like, just get the strong team fight pressure going, at least for the most part. But yeah, that Mesmer brings elements into it. If you get used to them, suddenly no portal anymore.
It helps the bunker so hard.
Yeah,
it's so good for that bunker guardian, because you know if he is in a bit of a rubbish situation, other than, you know, he's 1v1 mid, and you're thinking, right, we need to just switch Tage for Minishi. Let's just do that now. We've got the portal mid, we can go for it, you know. Throw great sword and portal as well for Frey, who's playing the Burning Guard as well. Great situations.
Brings a lot of potential into the game to just mobility support. Yeah, as you said it, you then have the opportunity to still play a game with quick rotations, but go for these immobile classes, which otherwise would just basically be a weight around your ankle to kind of have to think about strategies going forward. Like, okay, we basically need to move as a unit and push them along. Otherwise, we're always going to have like a Guardian just standing on a point where, for example, TCG says there's a Guardian in that fight. We're just going to move on, and in about a minute, when he gets to us, then we'll just move on to the next point.
Great games again, though. We're having them all the time now at the moment. Yeah.
As you dropped from the call, for some reason.
Oh.
But at least you waited until after everything is done.
That's weird. Okay.
Maybe we just need to point out that the NA equivalent of this is going to start at 10 p.m. CEST on exactly this channel. So just keep the window open. You're going to hear when it all starts to see what's going on over on the other side of the pond.
Indeed. Congratulations as well to those that noticed that I changed my glasses.
Nice.
It's just a little
mini game going on.
Just a little mini game, you know. I mean, it's a good idea, fun thing to do. Anyway, thanks guys for joining us for the ESL Go4GW2 Cup number 37. Like Nick said, try and check out the NA Cup, which is later on today. And we'll see you another time.
Exactly. See you next time.